from Margot Kidder and Weird Al Yankovic, and why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to 31. So we're on day 5, and we're on day 5 of Rob Zombie week, and today I am reviewing his version of Halloween 2. So this is a sequel to Rob Zombie's 2007 remake, where we kind of, like the original Halloween 2, it kind of follows on from where the first movie ended, only for Michael to still be alive and then Laurie to wake up in hospital from the aftermath of it, and Annie still be alive, Danielle Harris's character in this one. And of course we have a whole chase scene where Michael's after her. We have a little small brief role from Octavia Spencer in there as well, getting killed by Michael. And of course, we jump 1 year later, where Laurie is still scarred and troubled from the events of the first film and is going through therapy, is now living with Sheriff Beckett and Annie, and Michael is still out there, and he's gone into like a complete psycho hobo look, and he's having hallucinations of his mother Debbie and his younger self, now played by a different kid in this, because the kid from the first one had a big growth spurt. And of course, I feel that I'll get to the reasons of Michael's mother, seeing his mother in a moment. And of course, Dr. Loomis, his book has sold and is now like a bit of a celebrity and is touring around the United States, and the fame's getting to his head and he's turning into a bit of a dick. And then of course in the final act, Loomis sees what's going on, so quickly makes his way back to Hanfield to try and reason with Michael, and then we see the mystery of Michael ruined as he goes from being a silent killer hobo to a hobo that shouts die before getting gunned down. Then Laurie is left with the hallucinations of Debbie and the White Horse, leaving things open for a third movie that never happened. So that's the plot there. So what did I like about this one? Well, I liked how Rob Zombie sort of honoured the original storyline of the original Halloween 2 with the hospital and stuff, and how it sort of followed on, but then put his own spin in here and there. And then of course it then takes 1 year later and basically turns into a Rob Zombie movie with Halloween characters in there, with John Carpenter's Halloween characters in it. So he doesn't go for the full shot for shot, he sort of tells his own story in this, which I thought was like, okay, so he's telling a completely different story with this one, and this is, like I said, a pure Rob Zombie movie with those characters in it. We also get a few cameos here and there, like from Margot Kidder and Weird Al Yankovic, and but I gotta say, this isn't Rob Zombie's best one. I mean, I like that he came up with his own story here and there, his own script and that, but this one was a bit flat for me. Also, the hallucination that Michael has of his mother, Debbie, and the white horse, and his younger self, I feel all that was just written in there as an excuse to bring back Sheri Moon Zombie, as she offed herself in the first film. But yeah, I guess he can't make a movie without his wife being included, at least. We have, I mean, one thing I think he does do good on this is Laurie's trauma, because after events like that, you are going to be kind of traumatized psychologically. In that, we also see Danielle Harris return as Annie, because in Rob Zombie's remake, she doesn't die, she survives. But of course, she does meet her demise in this one. We also get Brad Dourif return as Sheriff Beckett as well, Chucky. And he takes out Michael in a gun shootout in the finale. Also, Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis. Now, I thought he did an okay job as Dr. Loomis in the first movie, but in this one, he's just a damn right unlikable character. I mean, he lets the fame get to his head, he becomes a bit of a money-greedy arsehole, and he's kind of pushy and demanding, and, like I say, the fame gets to him a bit. So I don't think he's a very likeable person in this one. He does see sense in the end, though, but by the time he does that, he kind of sort of gone off him. Well, I had. But I don't think that's down to Malcolm McDowell's performance. I just think that's how the script was. But I do like how it has some references and callbacks and some right moments in there. Like, you know, we have Easter eggs in there of like classic Universal monsters. Like, you know, we see some projection clips of the Phantom of the Opera when Laurie and two of her friends that she's made in this one go to a Halloween party dressed as Dr. Frankenfurter, Magenta, and what's her name from Rocky Horror? I forgot her name now. You know what I mean. I like that there's a whole reference to Rocky Horror Picture Show in that, and you know, we get some good Halloween feels in there. I do actually like the look of the hobo Michael Myers look in this, with like the boiler suit he wears, and then like the whole drapes, the whole hood and the cloak and everything that he's been living out in the wilderness for a year and is surviving by eating wild animals and eating a dog in one scene where he kills some farmers and then the dog, and he starts to eat the dog. And of course we get like some sort of telepathic connection with Laurie and Michael, which were not in the original, well, not in the first previous movie anyway. But you know what, Rob Zombie I guess didn't want to do things shot for shot in this one or much. I think he wanted to honour and reference the original script of Halloween 2 from 1981, but he also wanted to put like his own take in there. So I can't fault him for that, but in all honesty, this is not my favourite Halloween movie in the franchise, and it's probably not one of my favourites of Rob Zombie's filmography. But I think it's not brilliant, but it's okay. So Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, what am I going to rate this one? I'll probably give this 2.5 stabs out of 5. 2.5 stabs out of 5 for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So there you go. There is my review for this one. So have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I've been Random Ross. This has been 31 day 5. So I will see you tomorrow for some more, 31 of Rob Zombie week. So yeah, until next time, don't have nightmares.